Hi, this is Zuzi from the station / Miracle on Ingersoll. We are at our Ingersoll Miracle location today on Poor People's Podcast, and I'm going to be making a hot buttered rum drink for you today. You're gonna start with a splash of hot oat milk. Take a generous scoop of our mixed spiced butter, which I make personally. It is butter, brown sugar, regular sugar, lots of Christmas spices. We are going to froth that. I've got a hot buttered rum mixture, which is white rum with velvet falernum. Top it off with a little bit more oat milk. This is for our non-alcoholic people out there. Splash of oat milk, mix of butter, mix that all together, and then just top it off to a little bit more nutmeg. So we put picks in all of our non-alcoholic cocktails so that you know that you're getting non-alcoholic. And that is it.
Yeah.
Everybody's good to go?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Welcome to Poor People.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. We are drinking, our soup of the day is the
hot buttered rum.
Hot buttered rum. It's so good. I already had like a half of one, like down the whole thing.
Yeah, they have a whole list.
Very good.
This list is so cool.
Yeah.
And they have different little fun. My favorite thing is the koala on the straw. That's what really enticed me. So I hope when people do come in, that's what they obviously get that for, specifically to have the koala. But can you tell us what's in the soup of the day?
The soup of the day is start off with a splash of oat milk, and then it's a mixed spiced butter that I make. I was just saying I made a batch of it yesterday. It's essentially 10 pounds of butter and 10 pounds of sugar. And you just mix it together. There's a lot of
things.
Right? A lot of Christmas spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, ginger. And then, I mix that all together, a little vanilla and rum and velvet falernum, which is essentially like a simple syrup liqueur.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Falernum.
Just a sweet, I was reading the bottle, honestly, before I came today, and it was made on a rum plantation, like a rum place where they make rum. And it's kind of like a byproduct. You're supposed to mix them together, and it tastes really good.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's so good.
Thank you.
It is super good. Okay, let's have you guys introduce yourselves a little bit. Whoever wants to start.
I'll go first. I'm Jessica, and I am the general manager here.
Okay.
I am Laura, aka Zuzi. That's what most people call me. And I am a bartender and a manager at the station. And then for Miracle, both on Ingersoll and Jordan Creek, I make all of the cocktails.
Nice.
What do we call that?
I used to be
name.
called a Miracle Manager,
You need a cool name.
right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it could be like something along the lines of like Santa's workshop or something.
Right.
Like you're like a worker elf or something.
One of my
Master
coworkers,
elf.
calls me the chemist,
Yeah.
because like I'm in the kitchen like mixing all the cocktails, and
Elf
she's like,
chemist.
yeah, exactly.
Santa's chemist.
So what's your nickname again?
Zuzi.
Zuzi. I love that. Why?
Yeah. My last name is Zuzich.
Oh, okay.
And so in high school, and after high school, my friend group always had two Lauras. So it was always Zuzich and Weaver, and then it just Zuzich, Zuzi, Zuz, Zoo. There's many variations of it now.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah, Zuzi's a cool name.
Yeah.
When we were doing cocktails, you're like, should I use my real name? I was like, no, dude, use Zuzi.
Right?
That's way cooler.
That's what most people know me by.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, well, we do have a little surprise. If our producer wants to help us out here.
What the hell?
We have Bluebell ice cream and spoons.
Is this from Texas?
Yeah, it's from Texas, I guess. It's like ice cream.
Are we
The
are
best.
we
It's honestly
eating
the best.
on
Yeah,
the podcast?
he's forcing
Michael?
us to. From telling us not to for forever to now he's making us do this.
A live taste test.
I
Is
got
it special?
chiclet in my mouth.
Yeah. Michael, I'm confused. Come explain this.
All these years.
I got gum.
You have gum.
Okay.
Tastes just like Texas.
Tell me what's special about this ice cream. Why
Yeah,
are we
no
eating ice cream right now?
Yeah.
I'm fucking confused.
Texan, they don't sell it here.
Okay.
So I was in Kansas City for Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
And I picked a bunch up. So I want y'all to see
And then
delicious ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
There was like a long time in Kansas, like I'm from Kansas City, and there was a long time that we like had Bluebell, and then something happened and they stopped distributing it to like our area, and it just probably in the last 4 or 5 years has come back. But it is really good ice cream.
it is super
Their
good.
Rocky Road is top notch.
For this just being vanilla, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was surprised.
It reminds me of something else.
it's familiar to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, because our producer being from Texas likes to give us a lot of shit about being from Iowa. So he was commenting about how Blue Bunny is nowhere near Bluebell. I mean, he said a lot of other derogatory things, but like other than that, that's the gist of essentially why we did this.
Is it almost
But-
like caramelized tasting, like the creme brulee?
Ooh, yeah, it does kind of taste like
That's
so.
what it is.
Yeah, we have creme brulee at both locations, and yeah, it's like a custard base that we make, and yeah, it tastes like a frozen almost creme
Yeah.
brulee.
This
I
is
wanna,
gonna
like,
be
eat
gone.
it.
It's definitely like more like custard. It's very like creamy. Super good though.
Yeah,
Christmas ice
you
cream.
should put a scoop in
Yeah.
your hot buttered rum.
Oh,
yeah, it was
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh my
actually,
god.
yeah.
Kind
I'm
of like
doing
what
that.
is it, affogato, like the espresso
Yeah.
ice cream, hot buttered rum and ice cream.
It literally says
Whoa.
"Made with loving care" by Bluebell
Aw.
Creameries.
You think it was, or do you think they just had to put that for legal reasons?
I think this is delicious.
Probably depends who's
Mine is
working.
gone.
Yeah.
That was a really thoughtful.
Lovely.
That was a very thoughtful surprise.
And Mike doesn't let us eat on the podcast.
Right? I'm glad I
Yeah.
could be here to break the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Hey,
my
since
camera.
will you come pick up all of our trash?
Can mine like go in the freezer for later?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a freezer? I have a little left.
Yeah, we do have a freezer.
These
Sorry.
ones are empty.
I'm also not supposed to have lactose, but this seems
Oh
like
no.
I don't care. I don't care.
I mean, she also had the hot buttered rum, and while
Okay.
made with oat milk, there's butter in it. So
Everybody have is it an allergy or is it like a lactose thing?
Thank you.
lactose thing.
Okay.
Specifically ice cream, but
Oh shit.
that's so good. It's so good.
Jeez, Michael.
Look what you did. Are you happy now?
It's fine. It's fine.
We're gonna have our first Christmas episode and our first death on the podcast.
Oh no, this is not how I thought I was gonna go.
That's the only way I want to go, honestly.
Yeah, death by ice cream.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Okay, so let's get into like a little bit about Miracle because I don't know a whole lot. I know we were kind of talking about it before, but I was like holding off because I wanted to talk about it on here. So like, yeah, what do you do? I know you guys have done this for a couple years here.
yep, it's our 4th year.
4th year, okay. And then so like, what does it all entail? Like, you guys get this stuff? Do you like just tell me everything about it? I want to know.
Gotcha. So Miracle is kind of like, I would say, a franchise. It started in New York City, and then they've expanded. It's worldwide now. Like they have Miracles all over the United States and in many different countries. So essentially what you do is you like buy the franchise, and what that entails is all of the drink recipes. So all of the drinks are like super specific. They're very detailed. It gets you access to buy the glassware. Like your franchise purchase doesn't include any glassware, but you are able to. It's all trademarked, so you can't get it anywhere else. And then they have a bunch of other resources like social media and like marketing things that they provide you, manuals, stuff like that.
okay.
There's a PR firm, I think it's Mangrino, is involved. So like there's been press releases and stuff, and they'll reach out to places on your behalf.
Oh, nice.
But that's pretty much where it stops.
Okay.
All of the decorating, all of the drink making, pretty much everything else is up to like our Miracle team.
Gotcha. So then how did you get involved? Like you just heard about this and just like bought into it?
So there's a third owner here at the station, and he lives in Kansas City, and Kansas City has a like great Miracle team scene. They always do 2 to 3 locations, and he I believe owned one of the buildings that they were running the Miracle out of one year. So it was right after COVID. It would have been 2021. Is when we did our first miracle, and we got in contact with the guys down in Kansas City, and they're super, super nice and helpful. And we're like, yeah, like we just want to help you, get started. So they helped us a lot with like just logistics and things they do. Miracle suggests batching the cocktails, and which is what we do. But they really helped us figure out, the best way to batch the cocktails, because all the ingredients are super intricate and there's a lot that goes into making all of these things. But yeah, so the guys in Kansas City kind of got us started, and then this is our 4th year here. We have a second location this year for the first year at Jaydn Creek.
Nice. That's pretty sweet.
Why Jaydn Creek?
Can you speak on it more than me?
They approached us and were interested in us coming out there, and it seemed like a great opportunity being at a mall with everybody out there shopping, and they already have a Santa, and people are taking their kids to see Santa. So
Yeah,
Plus,
it makes perfect sense.
There's so many pop-ups downtown. There's not really too much
like west. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys serve food then too, or okay? So
We do.
everything is there.
Yeah,
for,
so we at both locations do smaller menus. Like we
Okay.
just do appetizers and desserts, really like small bites kind of thing.
Okay.
We are doing a Caesar salad out at Jaydn Creek.
Okay.
Just because like the kitchen space there, it's bigger and smaller all at the same time. And our kitchen here, we have the restaurant up front. We can't commit to doing full menu back here, and we don't do full menu out there either.
Okay. So it is kid friendly then.
The
Especially-
Jaydn Creek location is definitely more kid friendly.
Okay. Cool.
Nice. Well, because is there normally food served back here, even when Miracle's not here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do a lot of like private parties, and then we have, trivia and comedy that's back here.
Gotcha. Okay.
How long did this take?
It's kind of hard to put it. So there's 5 of us.
Okay.
That decorated this space specifically. And we had to tear everything. We do a Halloween pop-up bar as well.
Okay.
So we had to tear everything down from Halloween, pack it up. We took it all to Jaydn Creek because we're going to have to get all of the stuff out of Jaydn Creek and put it somewhere at some point. It probably, if you pared it down to, the time we actually worked, it was probably, 6 to 7 full days. But that was over 2 weeks that we were doing it. Some people could commit to being here in the morning, some people at night. We all kind of have, our own ideas and, things that we did to get it done. Like this corner that we're sitting in, this is Danny's corner. She has always done the upside down Christmas tree.
The gnomes.
The gnomes. But this year she really wanted to make it rotate. So this whole thing, she drew the leg lamp picture, and she made the sign that said, "You'll shoot your eye out."
Yeah.
This was her space. Another one of the decorators did the bow wall that's behind me, the whole entire bow wall. So we all, helped each other make it happen. But we all have our own individual things that we
I think
did.
that's my favorite part, is that everyone kind of has their own little project that they can do. And also I did not realize any of the work up there.
Yeah.
That's the best part about coming to Miracle. You could probably come 5 times and
Yeah.
you'll see something new every single time.
You should do a little find
scavenger
search.
hunt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I Spy.
Yeah.
That'd be
That'd
cool.
be really
Yeah.
cool.
We do have I Spy at Jaydn Creek.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Elf on the Shelf type of thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
So do you guys also decorate your homes for Christmas, or is this enough for you?
I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I really dislike Christmas, a lot. I am the least Christmas spirited person. So yeah, the first year when they were like, "Will you do this?" and I did it. I hated every minute of it.
Oh no.
But it is fun. Because I like to see every single day the servers would come back and be like, "Oh, that's so cool." I like to see people's reactions to not just this place, but anything that I do that I think is above and extra. So I do like that, but no, I did decorate my house last year for Christmas. This year we just got 3 cats, so
No Christmas
there'll be
tree.
no Christmas tree
See, I just
unless
decorated.
it's upside down.
Oh yeah,
on the ceiling.
for sure.
Well, do you think the cat would still jump up to it?
Oh, they would
Yes.
try.
Their
For sure.
cats are psychopaths. They are nuts. They are like feral. They're the
They
best
were
kind.
feral.
Nah,
They
just
were
like
feral.
feral like you. They're the best cats ever. They're so fun to watch.
Yeah. They have their own bedroom. Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, see, I have 2 cats also, but I just put up my Christmas tree for the first time. I've had it for a couple years, but it didn't, when I got it, it took me like forever to get it from the post office or whatever. And when I finally got it, the top piece, like the very top piece, like just doesn't fit into the whole thing.
no.
So I waited for like a month to set up my Christmas tree. And then finally set it up, and it doesn't even work. So, so I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna put it up this year. And we had been drinking a little bit when we were setting it up, and then so we set it up. But we had these like other string lights, so we just like wrapped it around to like keep it on there.
Did you run around your tree?
But no, I can't. No. But the whole like top part of it is like wilted, so it's like just leaning to the side, so it looks like it's like
Isn't that like the Grinch's
Yeah.
tree?
Kinda.
Yeah. Grinch's tree
It's-
was kind of.
it's
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, it's just not even in the like middle post thing or whatever. And I thought my cats were gonna go nuts, but they just haven't even. They don't care about it at
Yeah.
all.
Mine
That's
like
funny.
are just a year old now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
They need
crazy.
a couple of years.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, look what I can do, Mom.
Right.
Bam, and just like
100%.
body slam your Christmas tree for sure. Yeah, I have a couple cats that like to do things like that. Yeah.
I just have a baby ripping my tree apart. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just can't believe you don't like Christmas. That's
Yeah.
so funny. But I do like how you like the gratification of doing all this because this is immaculate. Like I'm astonished by everything that I see. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful and it definitely gives the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
And with Jordan Creek though too, I bet the kids are just like,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Jessica would bring her baby in, and like, you know, babies are always looking up, and
Yeah.
like he'd see the balls and like want to grab them. And
Uh-huh.
it is. I like seeing people's faces when they see it because like they're happy, like
Yeah.
they are full of
Yeah.
Christmas
Jordan
joy
Creek
or whatever.
has like what thousands of ornaments
yeah.
hanging from the ceiling.
Thousands.
So last year we had them here in the middle, and there was 1,000 of them here too. But yeah, they have it at Jordan Creek this year, and that's probably
Okay.
one of my favorite parts. I would say.
It's like all hanging from the ceiling.
Oh yeah, it's like the whole entire
Yeah.
like restaurant.
That's like the pictures I remember seeing when because I've been in here, but I haven't ever been in here during Miracle on Ingersoll. But those are the pictures I remember where it was just like the entire thing just was like completely coated. It looked like
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the ceiling down. That's pretty sweet though. So then, okay, since you don't like Christmas, like what made you want to like get into this even? Were you just asked and you like couldn't say no kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of things happen for me.
Yeah.
Like I just am terrible at saying no.
And then your heart grew 2 sizes bigger,
Right,
and now
exactly.
you're doing it every year.
Exactly. 'Cause, yeah, that first year, like I just did it all by myself. And then I was thinking about it earlier. The second year, I did it by myself, but I had help, like Jessica and her sisters, and I think her daughter, and maybe a couple of the other kids. Like I just vividly remember we were all sitting in the middle, stringing Christmas bulbs, eating
Yeah.
tacos, like you know, and it just like it grew into. You know, people want to help, and people
Yeah.
people like doing this. Like the decorators that we had this year were fantastic, and they like wanted to be here and they wanted to decorate. And I'm like, cool.
That's me. I'm like, cool. I have zero desire to decorate, so
Yeah.
have at it.
Well,
It looks good.
Yeah. You said you do a Halloween one too,
Yes.
though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy that one anymore? Or is it just decorating in general that you're not a fan of?
Well, no, see, it's the decorating that I like. It's the actual like what I'm decorating
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not a fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I really like gnomes. Jessica does not like gnomes, and I think they're so cute. I just keep looking over there and I love it.
I don't know why I said they're so gross to me. Yeah, Danny was really offended when I told her that. She's like, "Well, how do you not like gnomes?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like, we have like sports themed ones at home too, and I just think they're disgusting."
Give the gnome ick.
I love that she loves them, and like I'm happy that that's what she likes. But I look at them and I'm like,
I don't trust those gnomes.
not at all. Like, where's your face?
That's funny.
Hiding underneath their hat and they just speak to you.
Yeah.
Do you guys have regulars that like don't know that Miracle is coming and they're like, what the hell happened in here?
I feel like it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Most of them know it's coming and they're
Yeah,
like,
and they're so
they're like, there goes all of our parking. There
right.
goes-
Yeah. There goes our parking.
Yeah.
I stopped bartending. This year I stopped in like the end of September, and I normally am the day bartender. So, you know, like I'll be here sometimes and the regulars will be there and be like, oh, we miss you. But yeah, like I haven't bartended since the beginning of October because I've been batching cocktails first for Nightmare, then decorating, then now batching for Miracle. So I'll be excited when it's over and I can get back to my daytime regulars are the best. Like
Yeah.
I miss them more than they probably miss me.
Yeah.
But
Not true. Not true.
Well, and then so you are a bartender and bar manager here also. Oh, okay. So I guess I was thinking for a second that you were like with Miracle and then you just kind of stay here for a little bit and then like
Nope.
move on to the next place
nope,
or something.
I've actually helped open the station. Like there's some pictures hanging up there, and I put
Okay.
together a couple tables before we
Gotcha,
were open. No, yeah,
okay.
I've been here the 5 years that we've been open.
Okay,
Nice.
okay.
Yep.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
So then where do you guys do the Nightmare one here also?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more
But
sense.
Nightmare is like our own thing. Like it's not a franchise. Like we come up with all the cocktails.
Oh.
We do the decorating. Kind of same thing.
Yeah, similar concept.
Yeah.
Okay. And then then when you have Miracle here, are you I think you mentioned this earlier that like you can only do specific cocktails?
Yeah. So like the contract with Miracle, you are only allowed to like contractually sell their drinks
Oh, you
in
can't
their
so
glassware.
Not
Like, so,
even
yeah.
like Coors Light or anything.
So you can do beer and wine. And like we do mocktails, but they're just, you know, the same drinks, just
Right.
with the alcohol removed essentially.
Okay.
So yeah, you can't come back here and order a rum and coke or a vodka
And
cranberry
expect it to be at all.
at all.
Oh.
Like we don't even have any of those things.
Okay.
back
That's
here.
probably why you lose some of your
Gotcha.
regulars
Yeah.
for the
Yes.
Gotcha,
season.
gotcha.
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. And then so you do that you do the same thing at like the Jordan Creek one too. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Nightmare isn't through Miracle. That's just something
Nope.
you guys
yeah, that's
also
just something
do.
that like
Okay.
yeah. So that's like our own pop up.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I figured that like Miracle was this like whole conglomerate of like, oh, it's Halloween, Christmas, you know,
Yeah.
all the Thanksgiving, whatever. Okay.
Nope.
I gotcha. I'm
they're
picking
just
up what you're putting
Christmas.
down.
They also do it's like Sippin' Santa.
Okay.
And it's more like tiki drinks and like the glassware is different, but still same concept. Like you get the franchise, they give you the drink recipes and the access to the glassware.
And when would you do that?
Well, so it runs concurrently. So like we could have done, you know, Miracle here and Sipping Santa at Jordan Creek, but that would be so awful for me because then that's me making like, you know, double. I'm already like making way more drinks than I'm used to.
Yeah.
But different recipes for 2 different locations would
Yeah,
be
I like
wild.
stalked the Miracle pop-up website to see like what states had how many, you know, miracles in each spot. And one of them does do Sip and Santa, I think in July, which I thought was kind of cool. It's like Christmas in July.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's fun.
Well, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
it was like a Hawaiian like
Yeah.
Christmas Santa.
Oh, let's look into that.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I don't know why, but for some reason that does work. Like Santa in a Hawaiian suit and
For
like,
sure,
or a
yeah.
Hawaiian shirt and
Yeah.
like board shorts. I feel like I've definitely seen that before. Surfing Santa.
I incorporated a Hawaiian shirt Santa with Elf on the Shelf this year. So.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
I like the Snoop on the stoop
Snoop
one.
on the
That's
stoop.
the best one.
Those are hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Haley
super
sold the bomb
I
bar
got
one.
fucking drunk and I sold it.
What?
I asked
She
the
had
owners,
permission.
but I was so drunk, and this guy was like, he wanted it so bad, and it was
How
like,
much?
because you can't
I
get it
think, like,
anywhere else.
$50.
That's why.
Yeah, I've been looking. I wanted to like hide them like at both locations and like have them somewhere to like for the owners to find one day and be like, where did that come
Yeah.
from? And yeah, I haven't been able to find one. So
Yeah,
pretty
I
bummed.
regret it. People loved that.
That was the guitarist from Slipknot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 You got us.
He got you right where he wanted you to. You're drunk enough to be like, I'll ask you.
Yeah, I was. It was 1 o'clock, and
It's
I was
okay.
a good busy night.
Yeah.
And I
Not many
feel like
people
you were
can say
t-
they sold something to the guitarist
Yeah,
of Slipknot. So let's
true.
put it that way.
Well, and I feel like he was asking you for a while and you were like, no, or
Yeah.
something. Maybe not.
Wait,
Maybe I
you
was
were
drunk
there?
too.
He was there.
I was there. Yeah, that was the night that I thought my car got stolen. and
your
and
birthday.
it was the
was your
guitarist
birthday.
and it was my birthday. And the guitarist from Slipknot kept trying to get like to sign stuff for me, and I was like, dude, I don't want anything from you, dude. Like, but I was just being nice because he's like
it was
famous
funny.
or whatever.
He was like trying to make it known, and I was drunk enough
Yeah.
to like feed into it. I was like, no way. Like, God damn it.
I wonder if Slipknot would ever do like a Christmas special or like
I
a
have his
Christmas
number.
album.
Do you want it? He was trying to give me free tickets.
We should text him, see if we can.
See if
Maybe
he'll
I can
come
get
like
Snoop on a stoop back.
do a celebrity appearance at Miracle Jordan
Yeah,
Creek.
with Slipknot. He's all dressed in like his mask and everything.
Have you guys ever had anyone? Well, obviously you probably have. Anyone come in here dressed up
Oh yeah,
all the time? Like
all the time.
Half
all
of
the
our
time.
employees, especially.
Yeah, all of our
Yeah.
employees are really into it, which
Yeah.
is part of why I'm like glad I'm not working in it, because like this is the first year where I'm solely just doing the cocktails. Last year I like, would have to bartend and serve and host and do all of that.
and
but
be
yeah.
jolly.
Yeah, and be jolly all the time. But yeah, I think even so far this year, just at Ingersoll, we've had Santa and Mrs. Claus have come in. We had a group of people sitting over here. They were all dressed up, like came in on a party bus. Like they had gone
nice.
to like a bunch of different of the Christmas bars and stopped in here. Yeah, like people will get dressed up like to the nines to go out.
oh yeah, I had the wonderful pleasure of having Buddy the elf show up to my bar.
I saw that.
Yeah, he was so funny. He was with a couple of his friends and his wife.
He came here.
Yeah, hang on. Did he tell you to do the guessing game?
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
we
yeah?
did, and we gave him a tiny little baby or something.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
I gave
we
him a rubber duck that was flipping off. Yeah, I gave him one of those.
Yeah, he came in here after he
Yep,
left you.
Yep. And because I told him to come over here because I was like, there's Miracle on Ingersoll, and I actually have a picture with him, and I told him that I would be talking him about him on the
this
podcast.
You
year?
should
Yeah.
send,
It was
send
a
that
couple
to
days
us.
I will.
ago. I'm trying to think. I think Megan was waiting on him, and he was having her do the guessing game.
Yeah, it's so funny.
And like
Wait,
once
what's
she was
this
done.
guessing game?
Well, I think we need to save it for the
Yeah, for
Patreon.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure for the Patreon. So just stay tuned for that because you're going to
Okay.
want to hear about this because him and his little group was so funny.
They were
but-
so funny.
They were so funny.
Was it just for fun, or was he like promoting like a show? Or
no,
no,
it was
he
it
was
was just
just
for
dressed
fun.
up.
That's hilarious.
He was having a good time and he was with his wife and friends and they were getting drunk on a Saturday.
Wait, Will Ferrell?
yeah.
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 What is actually Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Didn't you see the pictures?
No.
I did.
I'm lost.
No, I'm just glad that we
I hate
are like
Christmas
talking
now
about
too.
I'm just so glad we're talking about the same person
Yeah.
because I told him I was like, well, there's AC Hotel and then they have that going on the rooftop, and then there's you guys, and then I also said that there was another one at Jordan Creek, which obviously you guys are affiliated with that, and they were ready to party, man,
Yeah.
and they had a good time.
They were funny.
He got
They
up
were
on my
very
bar
Funny.
and started dancing on my bar because he requested like, hey, can I do that mailman office skit like on
God.
Elf? I go, yeah, sure. I go, just don't hit the lights because we have lights up, and he's tall enough to where he could have like totally fallen and hit his head. And I was like, okay, let's just hurry up, take your photo. And he was like super old, where he's like, okay, yeah, you're right. This is hurting me.
Oh
Like,
my
and he crawled down from the bar.
Wait, this is Will Ferrell.
Yep.
I'm fucking pissed,
Aw,
dude.
Jaydn.
This is bullshit.
Well, I mean, you think it's Will Ferrell? We'll let you.
We'll talk about it on the Patreon.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm mad now. I'm just kidding.
So you guys have been here. Have you been here since it's been open? The station.
Correct.
Holy
Yeah.
cow! How many people are here from when you guys first opened?
Oh, we just took a picture.
Is it 11 or 12? It's in the hallway.
Yeah, there's a good
I think it's 11 or 12
It's
of
like
us
I'd
still.
name them, but
the
I-
OG,
I'm
we're
not.
the OGs.
That is
jeez.
amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been to a place where they've had 11 or 12 people that have still stayed here since open.
Yeah.
That's really, really, really cool. That just tells you about how your staff really likes working here and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we were just talking this morning. They're like, so who from like the seasonal like help wants to stay on? And I'm like, I think I named like 5 or 6 people that were like, yeah, a week in. And they're like, can we work here forever? So it's kind of cute.
Yeah. Aw.
So what sets you apart from anywhere else for your staff to want to stay here?
I mean, I think it starts with the owners and like what they like bring to the table. But after that, I mean, again, with them, like they listen to what everybody, wants and needs. And I feel like they just actually care about their staff. Like I do all of our scheduling, and I think I've yet to ever have to actually decline someone's time off request. Like sometimes that's a good and a bad problem, but I mean, I just think that we're really accommodating and like they really care about all of us.
How many like people do you bring in seasonally?
I don't even know this year. I mean, normally it's like what, like 8 to 8
Yeah,
people
like-
if it's just this location, and there
Yeah.
are people that usually come back every year that do this for us that have other jobs, and but with Jaydn Creek, probably 20 people. We have a whole crew from Alabama.
Oh wow.
There's 4 of them up here from Alabama right now, and then we've got like just people that have friend of a friend, and they tell their friends, and they're like,
But that's also something like we started like one friend, and then that person told 2 friends, and then both of those friends started working for us, and then they told, so like we've got like one girl who has like 12 people under her name, like and they've all come and they've stayed, and it's really nice. Everyone's super friendly, and I don't know, like we just don't really try to get involved in drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super important.
So I'm assuming that they are all a part of the service industry before they came over here too.
mostly.
Yeah.
I think like 1 or 2 had never had any.
Yeah, which we said sometimes that's good. Like if they're brand new, like they don't have any bad habits to break, you can kind of mold them. So, but
Is the training different when you train people seasonally? Is it just like kind of quicker? Is it like
I wouldn't say it's any quicker because I mean, they're still doing drinks. They're still
Right.
doing like to bartend. If you want to bartend, it's way easier because the drinks are batch, so it's kind of foolproof in that aspect. Like Zuzi really makes sure that like anybody can do it. So that's nice, especially if it's somebody that's like, I kind of want to bartend, but I've never done it. I'm like, this is a nice way just to kind of get a feel of being behind a bar and what that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pouring some shots, I guess, but yeah, I mean,
Well, I always wondered with that because even like seasonal workers at like Target and stuff like that, like they had to be trained to an extent, right? But I just figured that like maybe they didn't train them all the way to like know every single thing, I didn't know if that was the same here.
it's probably like a smaller scale. Like they learn like, a portion of everything, and then like if they would work up front, they would just kind of grow on that.
Right.
Yeah, because like the menu is way smaller, also food wise. So like they learn the POS, which makes it an easy transition if they do end up staying. Like they just have to learn our menu a little bit more,
Right.
and obviously the drink side of it's way different. But
And then do you guys make special meals like for Miracle too, or is it just the same menu and then you?
so it's like 4 of our like appetizers. So we do cheese curds, cauliflower, pretzel bites, crab rangoon nachos,
and then 3 desserts.
and then 3 desserts.
Crab
are-
rangoon nachos.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
you have to grab some of those today.
I think I'm starting to like Christmas again.
Have
So-
you?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Have you ever run out of your like batched cocktail and had to like go mix it in the back?
See, well, so not so far from Miracle.
Okay.
Knock on wood. I am trying really hard to not let that happen. But it's kind of like a hard mix because every single drink except for one has like a simple syrup or like a mixer of some sort that I have to make. But I also have like, I call it my like if I die bar Bible. Like, so if I died, Jessica or a couple of our managers at Jaydn Creek like would be able to make the cocktails. Like
I had to do it for Halloween.
for Nightmare.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it was a crazy night, and we ran out of something. Might have been like one of our martinis or something popular. And I was like, okay, I got this. I go back there and I get her book, and it was just like I said, anybody can do it. She like makes it so simple.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and like you never know what someone's going to drink. Like today we might sell 12 buttered rums. Tomorrow it might be 30. Like so that's what's hard for her. I feel like.
Yeah, because I don't want to like over batch something and then have it sit around for a couple days.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask too. Is like, how do you know how much to batch?
So I kind of like, at least at this location, our cooler, it's just like a line, and all of the jugs are, so they're in like half-gallon milk jugs basically. So I batch them. It's 8 jugs at a time, so 4 gallons. And then here I've got like 5 fit in the cooler, and then the popular ones, I'll put 4 in the backup cooler. And I don't know. I come here every day, and then I go to Jaydn Creek, and then
it's like a daily
sometimes-
inventory almost, like seeing what's left and like, okay, where do I need to start today? And then also looking at like sales, like what did we sell yesterday?
Like I'll look at the sales of like the drinks at Ingersoll, and I'm like, do I need to go in and see if I need to make anything?
Yeah.
Or it definitely gets harder on the weekends because it could be, one day you have 50 old fashions, and the next day, it's 4.
Do certain cocktails go in like certain cups?
Yeah, every cocktail has a certain like mug or glass that it goes
Do
in.
you find that people like come in and want the
Yes.
cocktail
Yeah,
just for
so
the cup?
The drink
Oh,
that's
yeah.
in we have a T-Rex mug, and the drink that's in that, and also I'm kind of finding the Christmasaurus, which is in a different, dinosaur mug. Those are super popular. The Cosmopolitan and the Snowball Old Fashioned are definitely going to be like our top 2, but I think that's mostly name recognition.
Yeah.
Because if you like read through the drink menu, there's some interesting ingredients and some interesting descriptions, and that kind of throws people off, I think. But yeah, the Cosmopolitan and the Snowball Old Fashioned are definitely.
Yeah, I would say even like what you're drinking, like people want to hold the Carol Barrel, but like it's an acquired taste. I feel like the first time I'm like, I don't like this, but now I'm like, okay, maybe it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You just got to get used to all the different flavors.
Yeah.
Wait, what's that one called?
It's not the Carol Barrel
the
this
glass
year.
is the Carol
Yeah, it's
Barrel.
the
Oh, okay.
crooked antler is what goes in it this year.
Okay. The Carol Barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
but that's
one
like
in
the name on the box. Like that's what the actual glass is
What
called.
does the glass say, by the way? I was just
Deck
trying to
the
look at
halls
it.
with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la,
I know at the
la la
bottom,
la la. Fill the mead cup, drain the barrel. I assume that's like a lyric from the song.
Interesting.
And then what's the one that you have? The Koala Lala?
Yeah, so this one has the cute little koala on the straw normally. But yeah, Zuzi was like, you'll like this one. It's like a Mexican candy-ish.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really refreshing.
Yeah, it's got like a
Nice.
tamarind apple syrup that I
Yeah.
make, which I don't know if
Okay.
you've ever like worked with tamarind, like raw, like paste. It's an interesting like texture, I guess.
Yeah.
We brought this one over. This one's hilarious. We were talking about it. So it has like the different stages of Santa, which is he's like happy and has his drink, falls down over here, and then he has a black eye.
Yeah, a black eye and like holding a bottle. Like,
That's
yeah,
funny. I like that
Miracle's
one.
really funny.
Yeah. So like a lot of the like stuff on the wall we have what we ordered from there, and it's the same images of him. It's really funny.
Oh, I love that.
Do your glasses disappear?
Oh yeah. So we decided not to do it this year, but every year, like in the past, we've had a like stolen glassware list. And we decided this year, like we have something coming. We haven't put it up yet. But yeah, like I feel like people seeing one of our owners, Alex, actually said this. He's like, I feel like people seeing how easy or how much glassware is stolen will just make them think in their mind
Yeah.
that they can steal it. But yeah, all of it's for sale. We actually there's naughty and nice shots, and they come in like the cutest glasses. So the nice is like a cute little Santa.
cute.
The naughty is BDSM Santa. He's got like a studded collar.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
That's
funny.
awesome.
But so every year we've sold them, or like we don't sell them. We do sell them, but we would put the shot in that shot glass. And yeah, I think one year we lost like 36 sets. So like yeah,
Jeez.
78, whatever. This year we're putting them in plastic, like little solo cup shot glasses. But for, $7 more, you can like have it in the shot glass, but keep the shot
Yeah.
glass,
Yeah. That's
which
a
is
good way
essentially
to do
like half of what the set costs. So
it. Right. That's pretty cool.
Well, I'm glad that you guys are doing that, so you don't have to worry about them stealing that. And that also
Yeah.
gives initiative for people. Like, well, if you want the glasses, you have to pay an extra $7.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you would ask people for their ID or like their card for a copper cup.
yeah.
Yep.
I completely get that. You want to do a little guessing game on what's in the drinks? A quiz for the drinks? Are you ready?
I'm not.
She's ready.
I am.
I know.
Okay. The yippee-ki-yay motherfucker.
So that one's very tropical. It's got a coconut like ube orgeat, which is essentially just a bunch of coconut flavored things that I heat up and then mix in ube. It's got a Jamaican rum. It's got a pineapple rum. It's got an overproof rum, which is kind of like 151, not that intense. And yeah, pineapple. Like I'm not gonna be able to give you like the menu descriptions
Yeah.
because
Right,
I know
right.
like that's the other thing about Miracle is they don't have brand specific anything because they're in New York. They can get anything they want. We're in Iowa.
Yeah.
And there's already a bunch of stuff that like we couldn't get even if we tried. And then I know last year one of the drinks had a specific liquor in it, and I couldn't get it. I had to like figure out something completely different to like get the same flavor profile because I ran the state of Iowa out of Deep Eddy cranberry. Like you couldn't get it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that happens frequently. Or like I'll call to place an order and they're like, "Well, your partner just took all of it." I'm like,
Oh
cool.
no.
Right.
What is ube?
Ube is a purple sweet potato. So,
Oh,
yeah.
I had those for Christmas.
Yeah.
I actually had those. I remember being like, and yeah, my mom was like, I was like, what is this enticing bowl of purple? And like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're like bright purple.
The drink
Yeah.
is bright purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's very purple.
They're pretty good. I mean, it kind of tastes more like a regular potato.
Yeah.
It's not as sweet, but it was still really good.
Yeah. I just use like the extract. Like you can get it at Sea Fresh is where I used to get it all the time. They haven't had it for a while. Then there's a small Filipino store on the south side that I would get it. But this year I just ordered like a 32-ounce container from Amazon. That'll
then
last me the year.
How do you do an acid adjusted pineapple juice?
So it's pineapple juice with citric acid
Oh,
in it. So like they use citric acid for like canning.
okay.
Essentially, there's 2 different kinds of acids I used this year. One's citric acid, which takes like the acidity out and makes it sweeter. Then you have malic acid, which I can't remember which one it goes in. It's like
This is why she's the chemist.
Yeah, no
right?
kidding.
There's
no
malic
kidding.
acid that like essentially turns it's orange juice, like acid adjusted orange juice. It turns it more sour than sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, she warned me
Interesting.
yesterday that if I wanted to make one of the cocktails ever, that it might blow up.
It'll
So-
blow
What?
up.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
just gotta be so it's in the Santa slide, it's a I have to make a like orange caramel syrup. So you have to make caramel, which is just like, and this isn't even like like sugar and butter. It's just sugar, and like I'm mixing it and mixing it and mixing it, and then you add in like cardamom and clove, mix that, and then you're supposed to take it off the heat and add orange juice. Well, when you have like something that's super hot, like caramel, you have to add the orange juice like so super slowly, and it gets so hot. Like I have this like bracelet I wear all the time. I like have to take it off because like it's so like super heated that the steam is just wild.
Whoa.
But Miracle has a really good like forum where people can be like, oh, I did this, I did that, like to make their lives easier. And one of them was like, if you're not like a trained chef, do not make this caramel. Like you need to find some, which I went to culinary school. So like
Yeah.
I like knew what would happen, but yeah, they were very specific. Like I did burn myself the first time I made it. You will burn yourself and die.
So like when you say it's gonna explode,
Not explode. It just like if you pour too much of the liquid in, it like bubbles up and
Yeah.
like seizes essentially, and like there's just so much steam coming off of that really hot sugar.
okay.
Yeah.
So you were trying to make it, not just.
Well,
like,
no, I told her if
It
I
was
ever
a
died
warning.
and she's in my book having to make this cocktail, like just to be really, really careful, or have Jeremy do it, one of our
just
managers.
like forewarning.
It's
her.
essentially like putting water on oil.
Yeah.
Right. Whoa. Yeah, that's crazy. So then, okay, like, yeah, I mean, how do they provide you the alcohol also, or you have to like, so they give you the recipes, you have to make everything, batch it yourself.
Yep.
They don't provide alcohol, they just provide like the PR
They
and
give
the
you
idea.
like they won't ever put the brand on their menu,
Right.
but they give you like their suggestion or what they
Oh.
use, in New York. And it's like, well, I can't get that, so I'm gonna figure something out. And
Mm-hmm.
they're really good if you email them or like write in the forum like, hey, I don't have this, apricot liqueur, but is apricot brandy like a good, substitution?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll say, well, apricot brandy is probably going to be sweeter, so you need to use less. Like
Okay.
they'll work with you, but yeah, they never tie you down to something specific.
Oh, that's cool. I
That
like
is pretty
though,
cool.
that you can
Here.
actually go back to. Always have a resource to go back to certain
Oh,
things.
yeah.
But you also said you went to culinary school. So
I did.
Do you like using your knowledge for making cocktails and batching things?
For sure. I think
stuff
it
like that?
makes it a lot easier for me because I don't know. I know
the background.
know certain things, and like if I do this, it will do that, and yeah, it definitely makes it easier for me.
If I had this, caramel explodes.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're a little, like she said, the chemist, the
Yeah.
scientist behind the background of all these amazing cocktails. We're actually speed bartenders. So like everything that you're saying to us, we're like, yeah, I don't think I could ever do that. But yes, this is great. I do like this. I would enjoy a lot of these drinks. But if I were to ever make them, I'd probably look like a crazy person with like my hair going every which way, and I'm like sweating like, how Harry Potter's making the truth serum and everyone's freaking out and the little thing is melting. That's me. That is me with cocktails.
But that's why I do it, so the bartenders can, because like it's kind of a trade-off. Like, do you want your guest sitting, and it's only the guests sitting at the bar that would see it. Like, do you want your guests to see you make this super crafty, intricate cocktail? Sure. But would I also like to serve 50 guests in 5 minutes as opposed to one guest in 20 minutes? Yeah, exactly.
I think that's why they keep coming back though too, because they get such wonderful cocktails and they don't have to wait for them. And I think that's where like the service also comes in. They're getting quick and fast and easy service, but they are also getting really good cocktails at the same time.
Right.
So that I can see how that will definitely play a really big part, especially at Jordan Creek too.
For sure.
How are you going to keep up with all those people, especially if you're making, let's say that, like you said, 30 old fashions and people order like 10 of them at the same time? It's like, okay, yeah, no, I'm going to do this and do that and then have it be on its way.
Yeah. There was a couple people I was working on my If I Die book, doing the recipes.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at that.
Stop calling it that.
No, it's her Bible.
She likes it.
That's how
it's
I
okay.
am. Yeah. Like, that's just how I am. But there was a couple sitting at the bar from, I think they said Tennessee. And they were like, yeah, where we're from in Tennessee, there is a miracle. But it's in an art gallery and like there's no seating. It's just the bar, and it takes like 25 minutes to get a drink
Because they make everything.
because they do they have all the syrups and everything obviously already made. But yeah, they're like hand making every cocktail, which I think, would be so cool. Like when you go to Bartender's Handshake, like it's super cool to watch them do that. But when you want to serve, we seat 60 people in here and we want them to come in. We want them to have a good time. We want them to go so more people can come in. So like, the speed of service is so much faster because I take the time to batch everything. And like, does it look cool watching your drink get poured out of a jug? No, but it tastes good. And a lot of time and effort went into the backside of it. So,
And it's going to taste the same no matter where you go,
Yeah.
too,
I love
which
that.
is good.
Yeah.
So then I guess, do they, as in like Miracle, do they prefer that you batch it, or do they prefer that you do?
I don't necessarily know that they prefer. I would assume they put that up to everybody to do on their own. But one of the resources they give you is a like batching worksheet, and it tells you how to make large batches of it.
Gotcha.
So I think it's really like your own personal preference. And like I said, the guys in Kansas City, the first year we were open, and even this year, like have always given us like good ideas and good feedback, and things they do that are different but make it taste the same, I guess.
Yeah.
And it just like shortcuts kind of make things easier.
Yeah.
A couple of us went down there just to kind of check out their stuff, and I was like amazed. They have all of their cocktails on draft.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was the coolest thing ever. I was so jealous. I'm like, I wish.
So then do they have to pre-batch that too?
They
and
batch
then,
them and they pour them into keg barrels.
Oh, like what you guys
Like,
do?
yeah,
yeah.
Platonic,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the reusable kegs. Would you guys ever consider doing something like that?
So the first year we had kind of like, I'm trying to think who has one, but it's kind of like not a slushy machine, but it's just like an agitator.
Yeah.
So all of the cocktails were in that. That was awful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Just like, if you think about like how often do those get cleaned? I know here they were getting cleaned like every 2 days, but it just like, and working in Miracle, you're sticky. You're going to be sticky. Everything has 10 pounds of sugar in it. Like literally everything has sugar in it. So it just wasn't super practical. Kegs, like we don't have keg beer even back here. And I know it's not like, it's not the same kind of system. Like you don't need, the glycol or whatever. The jugs are so nice because you can pick them up and you can shake them. Like there's so much sediment and stuff that settles on the bottom because you're using juices that have like pulps and spices. And like, I feel like in the kegs, it wouldn't agitate it. And so the bottom would just be like sediment or, I like the jugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. So then, okay, you said it took about 6 to 7 days to set everything up in here. How long do you think it took you to batch all of these drinks?
I mean, I do it
Are you
every
s-
I do it
you're
every
still
day.
doing it?
Oh yeah,
okay.
like every single day. Like
Yeah.
before I came here, I probably got to Jordan Creek around 7:15, and left and was here for this by 11.
Damn.
But I made the mulled wine for the Run Run Reindeer. I made gingerbread syrup, which both goes in the old fashioned and the nice shot. What else? I put the Run Run Reindeer in containers. I batched Rudolph's Replacement because that's a really popular drink because it comes in the T-Rex. And then I did the Yippee Ki-Yay. I batched that as well.
So how often do you think you're making new batches? Are you just like trying to keep up with a par that you like keep for every place?
So like Jaydn Creek has 3 technical service areas. The main bar has like a just bar only kind of and then there's a service well, and then the sidebar also gets used sometimes, and then here it's just the one bar. But yeah, I try to like know what's gonna go on that night, you know, how busy hopefully it will be, if there's any big parties. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to batch too much and have it sit around.
Right.
But I like also, you know, don't ever want to run out of anything.
Right. So then you might have said this also before, but where is the Miracle in Jaydn Creek? Is it like in a restaurant?
So it was Champs,
Oh, okay.
and then it was
Right next to
The
like.
Tavern Grill.
the Tavern is the most recent.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Movie
next to the
theater.
movie theater.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Do you get people like, I'm imagining guys coming in here with a group and they're like pissed they can't just get like a Jack and Coke? Like, do you have people that are like,
absolutely.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
All the time. And like the first 2 years, maybe 3 even, we didn't offer like a domestic beer. But the last couple years we've done Busch Light.
Yep.
And on the menu, it's normally like the Scrooge. Like that's what it's called. And we make people order it like that. Like,
You're like, I hate Christmas, but you're ruining this for me.
but yeah, we're going through a lot of Busch Light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like you don't want to alienate your customer base. Like
Right.
if like a man and his like wife want to come in and he doesn't want to drink any of those things, like sure, give him a Busch Light. She's having a good time. She's, you know, gonna have a couple cocktails. If you don't offer people something that like someone in their party wants, they're not gonna stay as long.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Very true.
What do you guys do for the station though? I know you guys have like all the Christmas stuff in here. Are you guys decorated over there too?
We are
Or is
not.
it just right here?
Yep.
Okay. So if you want any Christmas spirit, you got to come over here.
Yeah, do you ever like take a breather over there? You're like, I need to get out.
All this jolly bullshit over here.
Walk down the hallway.
out.
Give me a Rumplemintz so I can go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we do all of our work up there. Like we don't sit back here and do
No.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, do you ever get like, I mean, especially with not being a very Christmassy person, like, do you ever get like, you walk in here and you're just like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
like,
It's honestly
or like you're hitting the fucking
yeah.
I haven't yet,
ornaments?
but the music can kind of get to you after a while.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
This is the first year I haven't, like I said, I haven't had to work in Miracle. I'm solely like just being paid to make the cocktails.
Nice.
So I'm normally here and gone before any of the real fun starts. I
Yeah.
did bartend at Jaydn Creek on Friday. We were short staffed and I was like, sure, I'll be the service well because that's like my thing. I make all the drinks. I know what they go in. Like I was just pumping stuff out.
Yeah, like the best person to be there, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for sure.
Yeah.
And you said you do have employees go from here to there and like you guys kind of switch in
yeah.
between. Okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. Okay, so we can get into, so normally we have our like final segment that we talk about is called douche of the week, but since we're in the Christmas spirit, we should call it the Scrooge of the week.
Okay.
So it can just be a pet peeve, it can be an annoying customer, it can just be something you've had to deal with or something that the employees do that annoys you. But yeah, so that's our Scrooge of the week. Who wants to start here?
Want me to go first?
Yeah, if you have one.
I do.
I had one, but I forgot, so I have to think about it for a second.
This happened to me last night, and this is probably the most common thing that a bartender has to deal with, and it just happens. But I had someone that was drunk, and we don't keep cards. I give them back, so we start a tab, and then I give them back their card immediately. Well, he looked at me and he goes, "I don't know where my card's at." I was like, "Oh, I gave it back to you." I go, "I don't have it." I go, "But did you wrap it up in a receipt?" Because he took a copy of his receipt because it was for on a company card, so he needs it to write it off or whatever. And he's looking at me. He goes, "I don't have it. Like I don't know where it's at." And I told him to look in his coat several different times. I went out from behind the bar to make sure he didn't drop it on the ground or anything like that. And then I was getting a little annoyed with him because he was like saying that he got robbed. Okay, there's barely anyone in here. You did not get robbed. No one took your card. Let's just simmer down and we'll trace our steps. And I asked him, I go, hey, can I have your wallet? And he gives me his wallet, and long and behold, it was right there wrapped in the receipt, and he did not see it. So I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves is when someone either accuses you of taking their card, someone robbing them, or them losing their cards. And I'm like, God, I fucking knew it. I knew it was in your wallet, and I knew you wrapped it in the damn receipt. And I asked to see their wallet. I go, hey, like, you're going to stand right here, and you're going to watch me get into your wallet because I don't need you to accuse me of anything else. But literally opened it, and there it was. And I just looked at him. I go, okay. Find your ride home now.
Yeah. Gotta go.
Right now. But yeah, I think does that ever happen to you guys with like random people? Obviously, like you're a little bit nicer to your regulars about it, kinder to them about it. But when it's someone random, it's like, God, just go home.
Get out.
I had a group of college boys come in last Friday, and there was one guy who just kept like trying to like hold my hand and like touch me, basically like kept doing like a little heart, and I was like, I was not nice to them because I was just so annoyed. I was like, what do you need? Do you need something? And his friends are just like laughing, and I see what they're doing, and then his friend pulls out his phone and is like recording basically his friend being rejected by me and like being a bitch to him. So I was just like annoyed that for one, he kept trying to touch me and like tell me that he loves me and blah, blah, blah. And then his friend started recording it and recording me. So that made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's really fucking weird.
Yeah. Ooh, I have another one.
Go for it.
I think it was the same group. They wanted 2 bombs, and they're like, the last one I had here was too sweet. It wasn't good. And I'm like, well, they're bombs. They all have like some kind of schnapps in it. Like they're all pretty sweet, but like I'll make you one that is not as sweet. And then I like put it down in front of him, and he's like, watch it be too sweet still. And I was like, order a tequila shot. I don't know what to tell you. Like if you don't want your shot sweet, don't order a bomb. Sorry.
Like that's like when people ask us like, what shot do you choose? And I'm like, you don't want to drink what we're drinking.
No.
You're not going to like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I choose violence. Yeah. You want to ask me what my favorite shot is? You bet.
Right.
Jameson or
surprise me.
Rumplemans? Yeah.
You're getting Jameson.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm choosing violence. You requested it. Violence.
Yep.
Well, and do you have, especially with like your menu, do you ever have people be like the one that contains nuts, and they're like, well, can we just get it without the nuts? And you're like, just why would you even order that one?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. And no, there is one. The only thing on there that says contains nuts but doesn't actually contain nuts is the Jingle Balls nog.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm supposed to make the eggnog like myself with either oat milk or almond milk. I don't know. We live in Des Moines, Iowa. AE is right down the street.
Right.
There's no eggnog that I could ever try to make that's going to taste better than
Right.
AE eggnog. So it's just eggnog and booze.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Can't compete with that.
Right.
My douche of the week isn't that good. I remembered what it is. Do you guys have one? My Scrooge of the week.
I don't know. I got to be careful with mine.
I
I'm
know,
trying to
right?
think what I can say.
I'm like,
We can save it for
Who's gonna
Patreon
see
too. if you want.
Yeah, I got to think about this.
My douche of the week is that I served this family on Black Friday, and I mean it was swamped. I did 1,800 by myself on Black Friday, and I was there from like 10 to 5 or something like that. So I'm swamped. My entire section's full. I'm bartending also, so my entire bar is also full. And I have this family here, and everybody was like super understanding, and including this family. Like they're like, "You're really busy. Like we'll like give you everything we have right now, so you can just get everything in and be done." And so I was really appreciative of all of that during it. But then, and everyone tipped like accordingly, basically. Like they saw that I was busy. Obviously, I wasn't giving like my best service because I'm just like completely spread thin. But then this family was like the most needy family. Their bill was like, I don't know, $150, $160 or something like that. And then they only tipped me $10. And I was like, okay, I'm not like that mad because it's still $10, but it's under 10%. And I was like, of course it's the neediest family that is like, and they just left a mess. I mean, trashed the whole booth and everything. So, I mean, that's a pretty average Scrooge of the week, I guess. But I just remember being like swamped and seeing that and I just threw the receipt down. I was like, fuck that. I was like, kind of pissed me off a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think people really realize during the holidays, especially with the service industry and restaurants, like, we're busy and we want to be with our families too. Okay.
Right.
And like when you come into a restaurant and we're open for Thanksgiving, be kinder
Oh,
and have
100%.
patience. And like, we're probably the only place that's open.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're trying to serve you diligently and everything else in between, especially with Black Friday too. Was this out in Ankeny?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where yes, you see that I'm busy and I understand that you want your food and you came to get like good service and get in and get out, but we are working our butts off, and I would much rather be serving my family and hanging out with my family than dealing with drunk people that are being rude and things like that, especially with Christmas too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this goes for you guys, especially since you guys are open on the holidays, and some people decide to get a little mouthy or like it's beginning to be too much. I am able to close early, and I'm so grateful for that, because one year I was done. I was head over heels over it. People were fighting and everything else in between. And at the end of the night, I definitely drank a half bottle of menthol.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was fun, but I got to close early. But at that point, I was like, God, you guys are coming out here and I don't even want to see you. I want to see my family on holidays, and I get to hang out with you guys. You guys are lucky that I'm open. Get your drinks, sit down, and not be gremlins past midnight. Okay? Just do that. Just do that at least. And sometimes it never really falls into what we want it to be, but I don't know if you guys ever do that work on the holidays and have that mindset sometimes when people are like really rubbing you raw.
Yeah, I feel like we were both kind of grateful this year. We didn't really have to. We were open Thanksgiving here, but we had other things we were doing, so we weren't really working a shift necessarily. I mean, Zuzi did come in and was here for moral support and helped. But yeah, normally we are here. We are open Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving. So yeah, we were packed here for Thanksgiving actually.
Oh yeah, I believe it. I mean, because you guys have food.
Yeah.
So that's
And
like
we did it was like we got more volunteers, like, because it's all volunteer based. If we don't have enough to like staff a shift, then we won't be open. Like that's just how the owners feel. Like, yeah, they're not, if they aren't willing to work it themselves, like they're not going to do it, and they're not going to force anyone else to do it.
Right.
But the thing is, we were fully staffed in the kitchen, like 4 cooks, and like the front front of house wasn't as
one of our
fully
owners
staffed.
actually had to work front of house because we had nobody to like serve or bartend. So he had to just dive right in and get going.
Just like the good old days.
Yep, I bet that's what he was thinking.
yeah.
20 years since I've done this shit.
But that's fun though. It's nice to know that people actually want to work and they know that this is a good environment and they're going to make money and they're going to volunteer for that. Because I bet there was a lot of people that wanted to do it, but then someone already spoke ahead of them and then they got to go and do that. So I like that for you guys, especially because over where I work, we only have 5 people. So whoever works that shift gets to work that day, and whoever doesn't, they can pick it up. But if no one wants to work it, then we're not open then.
Nice.
So
that's
always
nice.
Do you have your Scrooge of the week?
Man, I did, and then I forgot it. Oh,
Sorry.
Mine is like a kind of a blanket, not like a specific person. It's the people who come in to Miracle, especially on like a busy Friday or Saturday, and are just, they don't understand that there's a wait or a wait list, or we are taking reservations here, and it's $10 a seat, and like it's not refundable. Like you're just paying $10 for the seat, but that basically is skipping the line, because there is not a Friday or Saturday night here that there isn't, sometimes a 3-4 hour wait. And it's when people come in and are like, this is ridiculous, I can't believe, and it's like, you wanted to come here, we didn't ask you to come here.
Right.
And then they get a table and they're just mean. Like we've had people like make servers cry, and I'm like, this is a Christmas bar. Like you should not
Go
ever
somewhere
be that mean to someone at a Christmas bar.
Yeah.
After you got a table, like, yes, a true Scrooge. Like, so that's for me. It's like when people come here and wanted to be here and then act like that. Like there's just really no reason for that at all.
Well, then other places also require you have to like do a reservation.
Yeah.
Like you're lucky that you can even walk in.
Right. Yeah.
So don't get I mean, I don't know who it was.
Yeah, my question was like, have you ever been here? Like,
Yeah.
if you were here in years past, like our weekends, we would go on a 3-hour wait
Yeah.
to get in. So some people are like, heck yeah, let me pay $10 to walk in and get a table.
Yes.
Right.
So I think it's all about like perspective too. If they haven't been here, they're gonna be like, why would I pay? And it's like, well, you'll find out on a Friday night at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
Because we open the door here at 4, like in years past, and we're full. Like the station is full at 4 p.m. and it's empty at 4:05 because like most of those people have been waiting to get into here, and then you're just on a wait.
Oh, yeah.
You're on a wait from then on.
Dang, that's wild. How how often so you're open from what 3 to like 10 or something?
4 to 11.
4 to 11.
4 to
here.
11.
4 to midnight on the weekends.
Okay. How like of many of those hours do you think you guys are like fully packed, like on average?
Like on a Friday, Saturday. Well, on a Friday when we open at 4,
Right
it
at
is
4.
right at 4. Like now with reservations, and then like you can't like we don't have the reservations as like the whole restaurant, right? It's just like
Correct.
a
Yeah, this
percentage.
location, I just have it so like 50% of the room can be booked for reservations. That way it still gives people the opportunity to walk in as well.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, from 4 to midnight, there's always someone at every single table.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And then
Yeah.
Saturdays it opens at 11, and it probably is
1,
Yeah.
2.
Wow.
yeah,
That's awesome.
Obviously, the closer to Christmas, the crazier it gets.
Oh, I'm
and-
sure, yeah.
for sure.
And then do you guys have it up after Christmas also?
It'll go until the 31st.
Oh,
so
okay.
New Year's Eve. I think both locations close a little bit early, like 9 maybe
Yeah.
on New Year's Eve.
Nice. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Did you have a Scrooge of the week?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of similar to what Zuzi was saying, but people that make reservations, for like 5 or 6 people and they show up and there's 9 of them. And then like
Oh.
you could have like we have trivia, and so like a lot of people that came for trivia were like, we have 5 people and they'd show up with like 7 or 8 and they're like thinking it's not a big deal, you can pull up a chair.
Right.
But I'm like, that's like the difference of a whole nother table we might
Right.
need now. And when you have a small space like this, like those are just important details, and I don't think people realize like because we had at least 4 groups that like brought extra people, which is great. Like we want more people there, but if we had like a heads up, we could have
Right.
maybe had that set up for you.
Right.
It's
So
the whole
then
point
do
of a
They're
reservation.
going to be standing.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you make them wait longer then if it's something like that? Or do you like you're like
so a
2
lot
of
of-
you are out?
A lot of them, I was just like,
Sorry.
Sorry, grandma, you gotta go, dude.
no trivia for you. Yeah, I kind of told them, I was like, you guys are gonna have to wait till I get everybody else that's actually like their full party where they're supposed to be, and then I will see what I can do, but no promises. Like we'll do our best. And I think we were able to accommodate everybody, but you might have been like touching elbows. Like,
Right.
not the best situation, but also like we didn't know you had 11 people instead
Right.
of 8.
It's your fault, not ours.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you show up at a bar with a party bus. Like
Yeah.
you need to call that bar when you're leaving the last
Thank
bar.
you.
Like
Oh, don't even start with me. No, I am the one who I'm like, did we call ahead of time? I'm not going in there.
Right.
If we didn't
Oh, yeah.
call.
My
That's
nie-
you for sure.
Yeah, my niece has played softball for years, and it's like, all right, tournament's done. Like, let's go out to eat. And I was like, where are we going? I'm calling. Who all's going?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not stepping foot in a restaurant with more than 4 people unless they know that we're coming.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, do you guys have anything you want to plug before we sign off here and get into our Patreon?
For like Miracle. the
Yeah, if you
Station,
want
things like that.
to, your Instagram handles, the Instagram handles for this, social media, any specials, you guys, anything you want to plug for
like
for
next
the-
trivia events that you guys got coming
Yeah,
up.
so we've got trivia on Monday. So next Monday, what is that? The 9th, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the following Sunday, or it'll be the last 2 trivias at Jordan Creek. Those have been pretty full. The first 2 ones we've done, they're really fun. The last 2 are Die Hard is the very last one, which I think is almost full. I was saying it was weird because it's the last one, but it like almost filled up first. So we must have a lot of Die Hard. fans.
I was gonna say I would if I had known about that, I would have definitely signed up
Die
for
Hard
that.
is a Christmas movie.
I mean, we do take walk-ins. So yeah, we do all reservations.
I'm gonna walk in with 11 people. I'm just kidding.
You better call first.
She
Jordan
said
Creek-
it was
Jordan
okay,
Creek has
guys.
a
I
phone.
swear.
The bar seats 9. So if your group wants 9 at the bar, 2 standing. Yeah. So all of our bar seating is walk-ins, but otherwise it's reservations for the tables.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then Miracle at Jordan Creek, both Facebook and Instagram, and Miracle on Ingersoll, both
Okay.
Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. All right. Well, with that, make sure you follow them on their social medias and follow Poor People Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all that good stuff. So with that, we can Christmas wrap it up like we always do.
Wow.
See what I did there?
That was really good, Jaydn.
Because like Christmas wrapping paper.
Get it.
All right. Yep.
Yep.
For richer, for poor. Thanks for watching Poor People.
Not